Man, I just be doing stuff. Yesterday, I'd be talking about how much I've been having to go through wacky races. How it took me like roughly 2 weeks. And now here I am, just like in one day, finishing all 9 episodes of Smelling Friends. Literally, only reason it took me so long was because I waited. I waited until I was finished with wacky races because I knew that was going to be a big project, which at the end of the day, I'm kind of glad I did. So, yeah, now I'm here with Smiling Friends. For those who do not know, Smiling Friends is a 2022 comedy. It's in the 2020s, so it is very modern, which feels unlikely for my channel, or because I'm usually more into review more older stuff. But it's good to mix it up every once in a while and see how like the newer generation is handling things. I mean, I am an 18-year-old. Do you think you'd imagine I would be more familiar with these types of shows? Smiling Friends is a very simple premise, but I mean simple in a good way. The show stars a group, pretty much a business called the Smiling Friends. These two guys, Charlie and Penn, pretty much work there and try to make people smile. Alan and Galepa are the other two employees who do like more stuff for the office. And then you have the boss, literally called Mr. Boss. It's a fun-filled factory of smiling. So here's the real question: is the show any good? Well, let's find out. 1. Desmond's big day out. Charlie and Pim try helping Desmond smile. Meanwhile, Alan tries getting his cheese back. Right away, we start things off strong. This is a 5 out of 5 off the bat, episode 1. I love this episode so very much. I think first episodes are so difficult to get right, you know? It's like, you know what it is, especially if you've been watching my channel long enough, you've been seeing me talk about like first episodes. It's like, you know how they are. You know, usually they're trying to figure out the characters and all that, but with this episode, I don't really think that's much the case. So it feels like right away the writers totally got like, hey, this is our show, this is what we'd be doing. And from there, there's kind of like, okay, what's like immediately the funniest situation we can come up with this idea. It's a very dark episode. I'm just gonna say it right here. I'm not gonna describe what happens, but yeah, let's just say it's a little twisted, but I found it very funny. The Alan B plot was also pretty good. I love the guy who just lives in the office and covering a computer screen, probably porn. Let's be honest, what else would you be covering the screen? Like, overall, a really funny episode, and also a really wholesome ending too. Well, that's one thing I like about Smiling Friends. Oh yeah, by the way, I should explain. I have already seen it, like the first 2 seasons of Smiling Friends. I have not seen season 3 yet, but it's apparently the final season. So when I get to that one, it'll be interesting. But yeah, I've already seen season 1 a couple times before. So, and one thing I gotta say I like about Smiling Friends is that it has this positive undertone to it, which I feel like a lot of adult cartoons are missing. Kind of like how Simpsons and not Family Guy, fucking no, not Family Guy. Simpsons, Bob's Burgers, King of the Hill. They have like this wholesome family dynamic to it. Smiling Friends is almost kind of like that, but more so just for the world instead of just like a family. Because yeah, the whole purpose of the company is just you gotta make people smile, bro. And then positive energy, like it really helps, you know. Helps add like another layer to the show beyond just it being another funny comedy. So yeah, I absolutely love this episode. Very dark in a funny way. Pim goes through a whole depression arc. That's what he does this whole episode. Charlie is rather apathetic. And Alan, yeah, Alan just wanted his cheese. Overall, very strong start, I'd say. 2. Mr. Frog. Charlie and Pim help a famous TV actor, Mr. Frog, get his reputation back. Meanwhile, Glip auditions to be the new Mr. Frog. Overall, this one is a 5 out of 5. That's right. Front to back, 5 out of 5s. This is another great episode. Mr. Frog, spoiler alert to those who don't know, is pretty much becomes a recurring character. I'm confident every second episode of every season is about Mr. Frog. So he pretty much becomes like the most important character outside of like the main Smiling Friends. And this was a great way to start off his character. Mr. Frog is kind of just. Well, he eats a TMZ reporter, or at least has him in his mouth, and is not at all sorry for it. So, such a lovable guy, this Mr. Frog. We love this dude, apparently. For real, though, he's a funny character. All the different ways Charlie and Pim try to help him out, it's funny. Charlie and Pim have a very good economy. I forgot to mention that last episode, but for that one and this one, and just in general, they have a really good dynamic. Like on this one, Pim is pretty unsure the entire time. Is kind of nervous about even if this will even work. But Charlie, who likes Mr. Frog Show and has seen it, especially seasons 4 through 17, and those are the peak seasons apparently. Whenever I get around to reviewing the Mr. Frog Show, by the time I start getting to season 4, I'm gonna be like, oh man, we're spitting out gem after gem here, man. So yeah, seeing him just try to help Mr. Frog and being super confident the whole time is very nice, especially since compared to last episode where he was more apathetic to whatever the hell Desmond was doing. The Glup B plot wasn't like the greatest thing ever. I did like just how evil that director was. It reminds me of Edgeworld a little bit. Hey, you're the director. Evil director. Go watch Edgeworld if you haven't already. It's a peak web show. But yeah, this episode is still very great, even though I wasn't like loving the Glup B plot. That was maybe because I just don't really care about Glup in general. Spoiler alert, a lot of spoiler alerts. Smiling Friends is such a deep, complex show. They have to keep putting spoiler alerts in front of everything. Overall, though, very funny episode. Another one where almost every scene had me laughing, which is very good for a comedy, I'd say. That 11-minute runtime definitely helps. It keeps things quick and fast paced, but not to the point where it feels like I'm on ADHD. It's a good solid pace, I'd say. And this episode is a good proof of that, and proof that even beyond that initial episode, this premise has enough staying power for multiple episodes. 3. Shrimp's Odyssey. Charlie helps Shrimp with his self-esteem, while Pim gets the Shrimp's girl back. I know they're 5 out of 5. Jesus, they keep spitting out ball. This season's balling so far. I am genuinely shocked that we're 3 episodes deep, and all 3 of them have gotten the max rating. Shows do not start off this good usually. Smiling Friends is just a rare case, I guess. What I love about this one, especially compared to the first 2, where they gave some of the other staff like the B plot, in this one, it's fully about just Charlie and Pam. But pretty much just them doing separate stuff. Charlie helping Shrimp out because he's kind of a loser, so you really feel bad for Alma. I'd say this is the funnier of the 2 plot lines. Seeing Charlie act like he's this alpha dude who knows what he's doing, with helping him with the gym, helping him get a fresh cut. By fresh cut, I mean new clothes. And just as Charlie says, "Bro, looks like a school shooter." He'd be like, "Oh, hey, well, man, ringing the bell for first class. Hey, Mr. Johnson." Just like that. That being said, I think I honestly prefer the Pim plot, or more specifically, I like Pim's little character arc. Pim is my favorite Smiling Friend. Because I haven't said that yet, but I probably should. I really do love Pim. He's so positive and caring, and he almost reminds me of SpongeBob in a way, in that he just loves what he's doing and loves his job. And honestly, as someone who hates the idea of working at a job he hates, I totally can. I want to be the type of guy who loves what he's doing. And if all goes well, I could just be making cartoons for a living. So hopefully, I can end up being like that. And just for that type of reason, Pim is just a character I've really resonated with. So seeing him try to find romance with Shrimpina is just really nice. It really makes me feel for the guy, especially the whole montage scene, which is probably my favorite scene of the whole show so far. Very beautiful stuff. Poor guy couldn't even get her at the end. Instead, we get who? Shmormu? No, I really, really don't want Shmormu. 4. A silly Halloween special. Pim collects firewood for the office Halloween party. I said firewood correctly, right? I don't know anymore. I hate the way I talk. It makes me so many words come out so bad. Regardless, this one is a 3 out of 5. Ruh-roh, we just hit non 5. And even worse, it's a 3. Okay, for real though, I don't hate this episode. It's not bad. I'm a higher end of a 3 even. I just a lot of it's just Pim being scared in the woods, and that's not that. Maybe it's because Pim is my comfort character, but seeing my boy just like be scared in the woods, it's like eh. I like the stuff surrounding it, like the Halloween party stuff. All the scenes with that were nice. I liked the live action guy just narrating the whole thing and how he's kind of presenting it. Even if bro didn't even have any pants on. I'm pretty sure roughly around when the episode aired, the guy passed away though. So R.I.P. Man. Genuinely, you were really funny in this episode. He's looking up at me, feeling happy that I called him that. I unfortunately don't have much any more thoughts on this episode really. I do like how we get an episode that's not just about them like trying to help someone smile. It keeps things unique. Like even though the show is about them at a job, they don't always have to focus on the job. I just wish it was a bit more entertaining, you know. 5. Who violently murdered Simon S. Salty? Charlie and Pimp take care of a murder case involving the guy from the title. This one is a 4 out of 5. This is a good little murder mystery case. I'm not really the type of guy who loves murder mystery stuff. Not that I hate it or that it's like the worst genre or anything. It's just not personally for me, you know. That being said, though, I did still enjoy this episode quite a bit. My favorite part was probably the section where they just do interviews, where they interview each of them. I liked all the explanations as to why they totally couldn't have killed this dude. I don't know, chat. I know I said like a collusion and everything, but I know for a fact Puddle had to do it. The little grease Puddle had to have been the one who killed him, dude. Can't even explain why. He's just so evil. For real, though, the ending is so genuinely funny and but messed up. It works so well. Just a good episode. I definitely like this one. And to show just how different Charlie and Pim are, in the beginning of the episode, Charlie liked to just watching someone get murdered because it was beautifully done, whatever the hell that means. And then Pim's all like, oh, that's one part I didn't like. Not even really important. I just like showing that to show off how different Charlie and Pim are. And showing like how different, like, I don't know, stuff like that, like personal opinions and that type of thing can really affect someone's character or how they come off. I like studying character, so this matters to me, okay? Episode 6, Enchanted Forest. Charlie and Pim venture to the princess alongside a guy named Mip. That's just been backwards. Another 4 out of 5, this one. It's good. Close to a 5 even. The story is a little generic. I mean, at the end of the day, it really is just, oh man, Pim wanted to do all this cool stuff, but now, like, Charlie's the one being able to do all of it. Like, it's not the most original story in the world or the most engaging. It makes up for it purely just by being funny. The reveal of who Mip truly is still kind of shocking to me, but in a good way. And just getting another thing to show off how Charlie and Pim really are friends. Like, it was nice. It was fun. Seeing how the two of them, seeing how at the end of the day, Pim and Charlie really do just, they should have just worked together, man. Why did only one of them have to do all the quests, man? I know. Freaking Mip, dude. Just making everyone hate each other. I blame this on you, Mip. You're the worst character with the words P, I, and M in the name. Overall, though, yeah, it's pretty funny. 7. Frowning Friends. The frowning friends move across the street, and they hurt the smiling friend's reputation. Okay, I like this one well enough. It's a 4 out of 5. I admittedly don't love the fact that the episode kind of just turns into a, oh no, we're getting apparently we look just like them and everyone's assuming we're them trope. That's already not something I usually like in shows, and it doesn't make any sense here. Like, Pim and Grim maybe, but Charlie and the other dude, like, come on, they don't even look remotely similar. I know it's Smiling Friends, so it's really just about how many jokes you could cram in, but like, I don't know, man. I still find it a little weird. It kind of hurts the episode for me, even though I still like it decently enough. Also, 3 Squimbly is cursed, and I hate him, and I want him to die. So that doesn't help it that much either. I like Mr. Boss's whole thing. Before this point, he was just kind of weird and creepy, and now he's weird and creepy and murderous. So that's cool. One of the weaker episodes, but still a solid time. If this is one of the weaker ones, I think it proves just how good Smiling Friends season 1 is, because this is still a good episode. Hell, we even got to see the Renaissance men come to town. Who are the Renaissance men? Don't even worry about it. What we need to worry about is the fact that helium is going to soon be gone within 15 to 20 years. Yeah, didn't expect that in your Smiling Friends review, huh? Well, I guess maybe you did because it was literally just said in this episode, but you know what I mean, you know? Charlie dies and doesn't come back. Charlie dies during the Christmas season and helps Satan smile. Okay, I know I haven't brought my boy out all time, the whole day. God, why did I say time? Bimmy, what are your thoughts on the Smiling Friends episode Charlie dies and doesn't come back? 0 out of 5. What? I don't do 0 ratings. The hell you talk about? Charlie did come back at the end of the episode. Therefore, you're lying. Therefore, it's clickbait. Therefore, it doesn't even deserve my attention. Dude, it's Smiling Friends. Who cares? Well, I give it a 4 out of 5, and it gave a good reason why I shouldn't even let Bimmy voice his opinions. Because this is a good episode. Admittedly, I wish they did a little bit more with the hell setting. They kind of just skip over it from to instantly meet Satan, but again, it's still mostly funny. That's the pro of Smiling Friends. It's just a funny show, so it makes it difficult to really hate on it too much when it does something wrong. I liked Jeremy just in general. He was a highlight. And honestly, Pim was kind of real in the beginning. Charlie, well, isn't like a terrible employee or anything, can be a bit apathetic. I know that's his character and everything, but still, like, come on, bro. Well, he even points out the whole Desmond situation and how he didn't care that Desmond was like gonna self-harm himself. So yeah, come on, Charlie. You could lock in a bit more, my man. At least we get Gilbert Gottfried as God, which I think was actually one of his last roles before he passed away. So, R.I.P. Parrot from Aladdin. You were genuinely very peak. Final episode. The Smiling Friends go to Brazil. The Smiling Friends have an intense Brazilian vacation. All I'm going to say about this episode is that it's a 5 out of 5. No, we haven't had one of those in a hot minute. It's action-packed. For being 11 minutes, they crammed a lot into this one. Glep did so much this episode. I didn't really like him before, but I think in this episode, he does so much. He's just a valuable member of the team. I was genuinely blown away. Thank you, Smiling Friends writers, for doing all that. You also get... It's just such a peak episode, okay? It's hard for me to truly describe it because I really don't want to spoil it for you in case you're one of those people who watches these reviews without actually like seeing the show. Just know, even though it's not my favorite episode of the season, it is still very peak, and I highly recommend you watch it. The one thing I can truly say about it is that it is unlike any other TV episode I've ever seen in my life. And that's the list. The one and only 3 out of 5, and the only one I wouldn't call good was a silly Halloween special. But even then, that one was still fine. It's still 3. For the 4s, we got Frowning Friends, Charlie Dies and Doesn't Come Back, Who Violently Murdered Simon S. Salty, and Enchanted Forest. And for the 4 5s, we have The Smiling Friends Go to Brazil, Mr. Frog, Desmond's Big Day Out, and Shrimp's Odyssey. I know Shrimp's Odyssey may not be the technical best episode, but I just really like the Pim character stuff in that one. And the Charlie stuff is funny enough for me to at least semi-logically put it at the top of the list. I don't have a lot of thoughts on Smiling Friends other than I really liked it. For a season 1, they knew immediately what they wanted to do, and that's the best kind of season 1. I really don't like when a season 1s just kind of feel like the writers are having to be like, oh, what are we going to do? How are we going to properly write it? I'm glad we have a show like Smiling Friends that shows how a season 1 should be done. You know what you want to do. You just lock in, and you just do it. Just do what you want to do, bro. Don't wait around trying to figure out the characters and all that. Just know what you want to do, know who the characters are. Season ones like this are a rarity, which makes me happy when I do end up seeing them. I don't have a ton else to say other than it's very good, very funny. Please watch it if you haven't already. Very well made season of television. Very excited to see what season two and especially season three have in store since, again, I haven't really seen season three yet. And with that, I think I'm going to close out the Z Man review. Peace.